Hi, I'm Andy LeGrand, and you're listening to the 7th episode of Knox Guitar Box. Today's episode features Jeffery Fratus, a classical guitarist and a singer-songwriter from Knoxville, Tennessee, but most recently from Austin, Texas. We'll get to that interview in just a moment. On today's Composer Spotlight, we'll feature a piece by Harry Moore. Harry is from Knoxville, Tennessee, and is a student at LeGrand Music Studios. Let's listen to Ben Kreider play Harry Moore's Rolling Melody. Jeffrey, hi, and thank you for joining us.
It's a pleasure. I'm happy to be here. It's nice driving out here in the frost, and the way we won't get this down in Texas, really.
Oh, yeah.
It's beautiful, beautiful country.
Yeah, now you're in Austin, is that right?
I am.
Okay. So as a musician, I can imagine the many paths that took you to Austin. But what actually attracted you to Austin?
Well, initially, it was the Guitar Society down there.
Well, let me hang on just a second. Yeah. You're from Knoxville.
I am from Knoxville.
Knoxville,
we should establish that. I think.
Yeah. And in Austin, so the Austin Classical Guitar.
Yes. Okay. I moved after doing undergrad studies with Bill Yelverton at MTSU. I got a scholarship to go to CCM up in Cincinnati. Studied with Claire Callahan up there for 2 years. There have never been any 2 years where I've been more immersed in something so specific, right? So I came away with pretty on fire for classical guitar specifically, that program's really wonderful, and it gives you a really solid pedagogical foundation.
And what's the full name of that school?
It's the College Conservatory of Music at the
right.
University of Cincinnati. Yeah. I met my fiance Veronica up there. She's a clarinetist, and she's from Houston.
Okay.
And so after we were done with graduate school, we were open to doing whatever. I mean, we almost moved to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, just because one of my best buddies lives there. So, but after visiting Pittsburgh and visiting Austin, because Austin was another consideration, Austin definitely won out over Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
And the Guitar Society down there is just a machine, man. It's like
they're big organization.
Big organization, lots of influence and lots of opportunities.
Mm-hmm.
So I moved down there, and after about a year of grinding, waiting tables, I got a call from the executive director of the society after kind of staying in his ear. He's like, "Hey, I got a couple jobs. What do you think?" And I started working at a private music studio first, teaching lessons, and then got into the schools, public schools, which is really what I think their pioneer thing is. I've got about 70 kids in that program.
Is that multiple classes?
4 sections.
Wow.
Yeah, 4 classes.
So full days.
Yes. Yeah. And then I've got about 13 private students.
Wow, that's great.
And yeah.
So do you do something for Austin Guitar Society besides teaching the schools?
I do, yeah. So that's technically not even work for them. It's just they kind of plugged me in there.
Yeah.
I do a little bit of contract work off and on for them. Like last summer in 2019, I got to help them start a program in one of the juvenile detention centers down there. That's probably the most rewarding work I've done as a teacher, I think. Just going into a juvenile detention center every day, all summer long, working with kids. We put on two concerts in the summer with these kids, and they'd never, I think, maybe one of them out of 15 or so that I worked with had ever played guitar before, and getting to see the recognition that something that they've never done in their lives and maybe had never even heard of could be just so engaging and illuminating. I think it was illuminating for them.
Yeah.
It was beautiful, and it's interesting working with kids like that because you get so close in such a short amount of time. It's almost like putting on a musical or a play or something.
Yeah.
You spend all this time working towards this one goal, and then it's done, and you might never see these people again.
Right.
Yeah,
Did you happen to take lessons with Larry?
I did for a long time.
Okay,
He's been one of my biggest influences.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's funny. I was talking with Pat Kerber yesterday, and I was saying, Larry founded the society 50 years ago this year.
Yeah,
so 50 years ago this year.
Incredible.
He founded Knoxville Oak Ridge Guitar Society, and it's evolved to Knoxville Classical Guitar. But the passion that man has for classical guitar music in general, and just there's no way he couldn't have major influences on students that were paying attention.
Oh yeah. I don't think that I've ever had a teacher that was just more musically minded than him overall. I just remember being in lessons with him and him playing, whatever piece I was working on, and just watching just his whole body, how he moves when he plays music is just it's captivating, and it's not common.
Yeah,
he's got something, I think, not just as a musician, but as a person that is rare. Yeah, and I'm super lucky to have been able to experience it for years.
How long did you take with him? Do you know about?
Probably 4 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's with Larry. That's substantial.
Yeah.
Not that more that what he can give you in the 4 years. That small amount of time is great. So that's good.
I've had my first teacher in Knoxville was Jeff Comas, Child Bloom. Yeah. When I was 6, and then I went to Craig Carroll.
I don't know Craig. No.
I don't know if he's still around. I've not seen him or heard from him in a long time, but after that, Craig sent me to Ben Bolt. Took from Ben Bolt for a while over at Pellissippi, and then from Ben Bolt I went to Clay Blanchette
Yeah, I know
at Pick and Grin.
Yeah.
And then from Clay to Larry.
Wow, yeah, so it's diverse, right?
Yeah, I'm glad I could just remember all those names off the top of my head.
That's good. Yeah. That linear path is really, of instruction is really something I treasure.
Yeah.
And then you have all of their teachers' influence on them as they're teaching you. It's just it's a really cool thing. So.
Yeah, Clay was a student of Larry's, and I don't know what. I think it was just I was waiting to be able to take lessons with Larry because he
was full,
high demand.
Yeah.
I mean, who else has that long of a legacy as a pedagogue in Knoxville?
Yeah, I mean, he was teaching guitar here for over 60 years.
That's crazy, man.
Isn't it?
Who does anything for 60 years?
Right,
it's
for over
incredible.
60 years. I think he retired last year.
Yeah.
But he's still involved in the community as much as he can be, and still passionate.
Honestly, like I said, he's been a major influence, and one of the most treasured moments of 2020 for me is him calling me after having listened to this record that we just made and just exclaiming how much he loved it.
Yeah.
It's like how proud he was of me.
Yeah.
it's like the second father type of dynamic. In a way, I mean, I don't keep in touch with him as frequently anymore, but just I was brought to tears by it.
It doesn't matter what it is. If you anything musical, if they're supporting you, it's really cool.
Yeah, and especially I feel a little bit strange, having been primarily a classical guitarist my whole life. I've always been into folk music and other styles of music, but I do feel a little bit like a black sheep, kind of thinking about all of my teachers who have been classical guitarists and almost only classical guitarists, like showing them this is what I'm making now. It's not classical guitar music.
Yeah.
Do you still like it?
Yeah, right.
Is it okay to be doing this?
Right. Well, and one of the things that that I feel is important is it's because there is an element of being subjective. You're learning things,
Yes.
And even in music school, 2 years of music theory, and when we were done, he said, "Okay, now you can do whatever you want." Just break the rules.
Fantastic,
right?
Yeah.
And I loved it. So, but part of that is encouraging you to be on your own path. So I get that.
Yeah.
Feeling, and I think it's important for musicians and creators to embrace that. That it's my path.
Exactly.
But leaving the tradition.
Yeah.
And just kind of going with the creative thing, and perhaps that's where societal consciousness is taking us, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
I mean, there's certainly the postmodern mindset of what rules, right?
Yeah, right, exactly.
What truth?
Yeah, right, exactly. Yeah.
Which is can be helpful as much as it can be hurtful, depending on how you choose to move forward with that mindset. But I think, like you were saying, having some sort of fundamental connection to the past and maintaining that in some way is essential, at least for me. Because going back, preparing for the concert in February, I'm preparing a lot of chamber music, and it's been a little while, at least a year or so, since I've practiced classical stuff a lot, and it's really nice to get back into that. I'm going to be playing with a violinist. And I think my mom is going to sing some Walton with me. Yeah,
great.
Really fun stuff.
So let's back into your album from the concert. So talk to me a little about what you're going to be doing at the concert.
I'm excited because my band was just able to play its first show live a couple weeks ago.
When you say first show
as a band ever.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, first show as a band because we formed this year.
Well, tell us the name of your band.
Monahan.
Yeah,
we're called Monahan, Monohan, and you can find us on Spotify, Apple Music, wherever you listen to music. And we put our record out I guess a few weeks ago at the beginning of December, and
3 or 4 weeks ago.
Yeah. It's people seem to like it so far. It's nice to hear you talk about it, considering I've never met you before, and it's it's nice to know that people who I've never met and have no connection to me really are like listening to it and enjoying it.
Yeah.
I've gotten a lot of really good responses from my friends too.
So do you have a favorite? You have a favorite song that you have on that album that you perform?
I think The Past and Everything Else that's one of the first songs that I wrote in this sort of I've gone through a pretty major transitionary moment or time in my life, and I think that this music is what's come out of it. By a moment, stranded in the TikTok. I forgot where I put my other sock. Found outside the storefront where my little brother busted his knee. Trying to fly with wheels on his feet that must have felt like wings. Ever the sensitive one, I've resigned myself to the cancer ward of everyone's brain. Assuming the worst, but hoping for the best. I'm constantly stuck at the bypass of your heart's beating freeway. I'm having a sandwich at the outpost of your love. Coffee's in the pot if you want some. And I am a railway worker pounding ties through planks and steel, trying to build a pathway as the crow flies back to the safe house. Completely honest, I think I burned it down years ago, before I knew that you would need it again. And I can still remember the sound of her anger as it cut the glass of my heart. Frightening than the rapids of fury flowing towards you. And of course I remember the waterfall. First walk together, climbing around on the chimneys. From the top we felt so small, but closer to the never alone, always and forever those little kids playing in sprinklers on the summer lawn. Our parents still happy, smiling at each of us 100,000 miles apart. The sun glinting off their eyes like the first and last scene of the most beautiful movie, played on repeat again and again and again. Becoming clear again, or maybe for the first time in my adult life, has resulted in this music. And so I feel like every person who's ever been in my life and every person who's currently in my life has sort of like the clarity to see what all of those people have done for me and throughout my life is finally starting to find an expression and the music that I'm writing feels like practice of gratitude. Just like saying thank you to my parents, thank you to all the people that have ever loved me and appreciated me and like been with me throughout this journey of 29 years now it is. It feels meaningful, like meaningful work, and I think that the classical guitar foundation, it's the only way that I can now express myself. I feel most comfortable on a nylon string guitar playing with fingernails, and the way that it resonates with the voice too. I think maybe my voice specifically, but maybe it's just voice in general. I think I just, there's nothing like it. And it's so funny because I didn't really grow up being good friends with any classical guitarists. Having that sort of, having the thing that like makes you stand out, but also I felt self-conscious about being like the classical musician, and I've never felt comfortable improvising until very recently. And then that's the thing that I felt has set me apart in a bad and a good way in some sense.
So back to your album. Tell me about Empty Wilderness.
Empty Wilderness is interesting, I think, because I as I'm beginning to write something, I usually, my process right now is just starting with some sort of musical foundation, like so just some sort of finger picking pattern or idea. With Empty Wilderness, though, it's like I have the idea, the underlying coursing rhythmic ostinato, but then on top of it I play a melody like at the same time on the one E and of every beat, right? So it has the syncopation and sort of anticipatory feel to it.
I remember that on a song. So that's probably it. So what's that song? What's that song about?
With lyrics, it's interesting. I'm obsessed with poetry and literature, and so I think a lot of the times my writing will come from a place of just sort of stream of consciousness. I'm not thinking like I want to sit down and I want to write about this thing. Right? So
it's not what you're doing.
That's not what I'm doing. No. A lot of I've tried to do that with the song that I'll play in a little bit. It's a little different approach, but the lyrics of Empty Wilderness, I come from a place of not feeling like I'm able to connect with the person that's closest to me, and feeling like there's, no matter what, there's always a feeling of otherness. Reflection in mine, and I can't understand how it got here. You wear the light like a dress made out of night, and it's crazy that you won't let me in. All that's left is our skin to toss into the fire.
suspended here in space. The stars are ablazing while you hold this safe encoded on your face, and ask me to save you from future's lonesome songs, a past that's never gone. You say that you're getting tired of all that's required. You say that you need a little more of this empty wilderness.
The stillness that I've been able to begin to feel recently through meditation and practices like that's what I'm trying to capture with that song is that feel, that the feeling of stillness where you could, where you do feel the most connected to someone or just life in general. The greater mystery.
So you mentioned the electric guitar piece.
Big Surprise is it's very special to me personally because of the lyrics, and because I don't think that song would sound better on any other type of guitar. It's got to be electric. And
so talk to me a little bit about Big Surprise.
Big Surprise is a song that I love, like what some of the 20th century composers do with the guitar, like Villalobos and Walton and Britten and Barclay, like these guys that didn't play the guitar but worked with exquisitely talented guitarists like Bream and Segovia, and they do things with the guitar in their compositions that a guitarist composer might not necessarily think to do, or maybe it's not that. Maybe it's the fact that they are out of their element in a sense, and kind of experimenting with a new thing. It's like they go for something non-traditional, right? Yeah. So I think all that to say, I love the idea of planing on the guitar, right? Just moving one shape all the way up and down the neck. Not necessarily thinking about traditional harmony. And so that's what Big Surprise is. I wanted to write a song, one that's that used that as a technique, right? And it's really simple. Like almost anyone could play it probably. It's really simple shape, just moving up and down. The lyrics talk about trouble in a relationship and trying to figure out what I've done that has contributed to some of the more dissonant aspects of my relationship, and the harmony kind of wakes you up at the end of each verse, and that song is super influenced by pop punk, which is what I grew up listening to a lot.
So is that more of a self-reflection you're talking about?
Yes.
What are you feeling, dear? Are you tired of all your fear? trying to think less about what I want, more about everyone. So what is your big concern? Have you ever really seen yourself? Take another look through someone else's eyes. That'll be a big surprise. Fights we shared, and all the tears that hold the lighted sun, and all this trust I've laid on the ground. All that I put you through took your sweet faith and washed it away. This time around I'm shedding my disguise. That'll be a big surprise.
I had the fortunate experience of recording Jeffrey as he performed this song live.
Okay. The song's called Abraham.
Okay.
Never knew what it was to be young and alone, always looking ahead to the time when he could buy cigarettes and no longer be a kid. He never really felt like he was known by his mom and dad. He always wanted to leave home like his brother had. So he moved up north as soon as he could to escape that cursed land of Christians and their hypocrisy and God's almighty plan. Oh, Abraham, oh, Abraham. He fell into a light so fine he almost couldn't believe. When time did reveal the secret hand hidden in her sleeve, and Now he traps all his pain in a mason jar and sets it high on a shelf in order to show that he's still alive, to prove it to himself. Oh, Abraham, oh, Abraham, oh, yeah. Sadness doesn't suit you quite the same as it used to. No, sadness doesn't suit you the same. No, sadness doesn't suit you quite the same as it used to. Sadness doesn't suit you the same. Oh, Abraham.
I certainly enjoyed my conversation with Jeffery and his music, and you can learn more about Jeffery and purchase his music at jefferyfratus.com. If you would like to support Knoxville Classical Guitar and Knox Guitar Box, please visit knoxvilleclassicalguitar.com/podcast. There you will be able to make a single donation or set up monthly donations for any amount. Please know that all donations go directly to Knoxville Classical Guitar. This episode of Knox Guitar Box is sponsored by Francisco Navarro Guitars, handmade classical and flamenco guitars, fine quality craftsmanship, and amazing tone and playability in an affordable instrument. For more information, visit francisconavarroguitars.com. And by Flint Merrill Music, an online marketplace dedicated to music composed and arranged for the guitar. Visit flintmerrillmusic.com for more information. Thank you for listening.